Get ready to witness a mind-bending fusion of artificial intelligence and historical significance that will redefine what you thought was possible. In this video, I'll be unveiling a game-changing AI voice generator that will guide you through an extraordinary video. Will Smith breathing life into Martin Luther King's immortal speech, "I have a dream," together utilizing the awe-inspiring capabilities of ChatGPT and the AI voice generator. We will forge a remarkable synthesis of past and present. Hang out with us, let's go. First things first, all we need is a sound clip of existing audio to train the tool. That's right, it's that simple. With this AI voice generator, you can clone anyone's voice with just the sound clip. Now let's find a sample of Will Smith's voice. Before we proceed, we want to emphasize that this demonstration of Will Smith's voice cloning in this video is for illustrative purposes only. The use of any individual's voice, including Will Smith's, without their express permission may raise ethical and legal concerns. You don't want that in your life. So the first step is just to find a video of Will Smith speaking clearly. Not that hard of a task. Let's just go to Google and search for Will Smith audio. This one looks great. Let's check it. And we have it. Once you've found the video, you can simply go to YouTube to MP3 converter to extract the audio from the video. This way we can generate the audio file from Will Smith speaking. Now comes the exciting and super simple part, probably the best part. We're ready to clone Will Smith's voice. Simply head over to 11 Labs, and there you'll go to the voice lab and then go to voice cloning. Click to add instant voice and upload the audio file as a sample. The software will then use that sample to generate for us a synthetic voice that sounds just like Will Smith. Sample quality is more important than quantity. Noisy samples may give bad results. Providing more than 5 minutes of audio in total brings little improvement. So try to make sure that your audio sample is at least 5 minutes long when you feed it into this thing. Now that we've successfully cloned Will Smith's voice, let's see how we can use it to generate some new and refreshing content. To demonstrate this, let's take the famous text of Martin Luther King Jr.'s "I Have a Dream" speech and update it for today's world. But first, let's ask our AI assistant, ChatGPT, to write an updated version of the speech. Can you write me an updated version of the "I Have a Dream" speech? All right, we have our updated version of the speech. Now let's take the text and add it to 11 Labs so we can have it generate an audio recording of the speech using Will Smith's cloned voice. The process is simple. We just upload the text into 11 Labs, select Will Smith's cloned voice as a narrator, and hit the generate button. Are you ready?
My fellow Americans, today, we stand on the cusp of a new era, one that is marked by progress and hope for a better future. Yet, despite the strides that we have made, we still have a long way to go in our journey toward equality and justice for all. We must recognize that racism, discrimination, and inequality are still pervasive in our society. They lurk in the shadows of our institutions, in the corners of our communities, and in the hearts of some of our fellow Americans. But we will not let these forces hold us back. We must rise above the divisiveness and the hatred that seek to tear us apart. We must come together as a nation and work towards a brighter, more just future. It is time to take action, to create meaningful change that will benefit all Americans. We must ensure that every person, regardless of race, gender, sexual orientation, or religion, has access to the same opportunities and resources. We must fight for the right to vote, for fair housing, for quality education, and for a living wage. We must recognize that Black lives matter, that the lives of our indigenous communities matter, that the lives of our Asian and Pacific Islander communities matter, that the lives of our Latino and Hispanic communities matter, and that the lives of all marginalized communities matter. We must work to dismantle systemic racism and oppression in all its forms. So let us march forward together with our heads held high and our hearts full of hope. Let us continue to dream of a better America, one where justice and equality reign supreme. And let us make that dream a reality for ourselves, for our children, and for generations to come. Thank you.
Sorry, Will Smith. I love you, but wow. This one was so impressive. It's amazing to think that just a few years ago, this kind of technology was only possible in science fiction movies, but now the world's changed. Are you excited as we learn about 11 Labs' groundbreaking voice cloning and text-to-speech technology? If so, we've got news for you. We've included a link to the tool in the video description so you can experience the future of AI speech software for yourself. Also, if you'd like to see a full tutorial of taking it to the next step and creating an avatar of Will Smith reading it, let me know in the comments. But wait, it gets better. You can customize the synthetic voice to your liking. One of the coolest features of 11 Labs' voice cloning tool is its ability to adjust the stability of the generated speech. By changing the stability scale, you can create output that is either more variable or less stable. However, it's important to note that increasing variability can lead to instabilities. To demonstrate this, I went ahead and played around with one of our favorite sentences and recorded it at 26%, 10%, 3%, and 1% stability. The results are nice, but it can be much better if you add more voice samples, as this way the system will have more tones to choose from. Let's check it out. This is 26%.
My fellow Americans, today we stand on the cusp of a new era, one that is marked by progress and hope for a better future.
Now let's lower it to 10%.
My fellow Americans, today we stand on the cusp of a new era, one that is marked by progress and hope for a better future.
Now to 3%.
My fellow Americans, today we stand on the cusp of a new era, one that is marked by progress and hope for a better future.
And now to the minimum 1%.
My fellow Americans, today we stand on the cusp of a new era, one that is marked by progress and hope for a better future.
The difference in tone is a little bit different. It also is less stable as you go to lower it more. What's also interesting is that if you generate it again and again with the same settings, it'll sound different.
My fellow Americans, today we stand on the cusp of a new era, one that is marked by progress and hope for a better future.
Another great feature of the tool is the clarity and similarity enhancement. This is especially useful if your sample has background noise in it, for instance, that you'd like to remove. However, in our case, we had a clear and noise-free sample, so we didn't need to use this feature, but feel free to play around with it and see how it works for yourself. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the video description and start exploring the amazing possibilities of 11 Labs voice cloning and text-to-speech software. Trust us, you won't be disappointed. If you were captivated by this mind-blowing content and the hunger for more cutting-edge AI knowledge, we have a special treat just for you. Sign up for our free exclusive newsletter packed with invaluable AI tips, and it's absolutely free. Now, you should know that there are several ways to use voice cloning technology that can benefit society. Here are some more examples of legal uses of voice cloning technology and how they work. The first one is assistive technology. Voice cloning can be used to create custom voices for people with speech disabilities or medical conditions such as ALS. For example, a person with ALS may lose their ability to speak, but by recording their voice before they lose it, a voice clone can be created that will allow them to communicate with their own voice again. This technology is completely legal and can have a significant positive impact on people's lives. The second one is related to audiobooks. Audiobooks have become increasingly popular in recent years, and voice cloning technology can be used to create custom audio for audiobooks. For example, if an author wants to create an audiobook in multiple languages, they can use a voice clone to generate the audio for each language. This is legal as long as the author has the necessary copyright permissions to use the original text and the voice actor's permission to clone their voice. Can it help language learning? Language teachers can use voice cloning technology to create custom audio for their students to practice their listening and speaking skills. For example, a language teacher can create custom dialogues that their students can listen to and then practice reading. This is legal as long as the teacher has the necessary copyright permissions to use the original text and the voice actor's permission to clone their voice. Have you heard about speech therapy? Voice cloning can be used in speech therapy to create custom exercises for patients with speech impairments. By creating custom exercises that use the patient's own voice, speech therapists can help their patients improve their pronunciation and speaking skills. Podcast owners, are you ready to take your podcast to the next level? Podcasts are a great way to share ideas and stories with a wider audience. Voice cloning can be used to generate custom audio for podcasts, making it easier for podcasters to produce more content quickly. With the help of voice cloning, podcasters can create multiple voices and characters that interact with each other in a more natural way. Music production can also use it. Voice cloning technology can be used in music production to create custom vocal samples that can be used in songs and remixes. And with the help of voice cloning, producers can create custom a cappella tracks and vocal drops that match the style and tone of the original singer. And lastly on our list is advertising. Voice cloning itself can be used in advertising to create custom audio for commercials and other promotional materials. With the help of voice cloning, companies can create custom ads that use their voice of their employee, that use the voices of their own employees or brand ambassadors, making the ads more relatable and authentic to their target audience. Can you even imagine what this technology could do for the world? It's exciting just to think about the possibilities. So if you're as curious as I am, hit that subscribe button for more exciting content like this and share it with your friends and family. That would really help. Take care of yourself.